Yeah, first one is DevOps and AWS Cloud Program, training program. This is who are marking that yes for I don't know this. Or let's check this answer, question and answers once again. Let me ask some questions once again. And ask about yourself these questions. I want to master the DevOps and multi-cloud engineer as it is the most in-demand skill in the market. So ask about yourself, each and every question. Yes or no, decide about it. This is the first question. Second one, I want to change the career, but making the transition is challenging for me. Check it, you are already working. Some people, yes, almost 6 plus 5, IT, non-IT, around 11 members who are already working. Maybe which background you are working, that is maybe IT, in that IT, DevOps and AWS, nobody was marked. But maybe other technologies, but you would like to transition about the career. And you feel that is challenging. If you feel that is challenging, and market is yes. And third point, anyone is a fresher. I'm the fresher and I need to boost up my skills and resume on the latest technologies. If you are belong to the fresher and if you feel this is required, market yes. And I want to get a promotion by learning the skills that make me stand out from the crowd. Yes, if you're already working and you are looking this in your organization itself, you have the opportunities on the DevOps and the cloud streams. But they are asking us, you need to have some skill set background on it. And you would like to learn those and you would like to, yes, stand out from about your other team members. Then if it is belong to you, then market is yes. Any one of that, the scenario. Maybe all the scenarios, it is not applicable to everyone. But if any one of that, answer is yes. Not only that, let me go for that. Yes, if his answer is yes on that above any one of the question. So you are in the right place to become from the 0 to hero on this DevOps and cloud engineer. Without having any coding, yes, you don't need to have that any coding priority or technical knowledge. Our course is designed from the scratch to become to the hero. It is not just a high level. So it is going to have that from the scratch to the, you need to become the master. That is also important. That's why length is also required. You cannot become that masters in single day or in 1 month. The master you are going to say that is nothing but, so master's program, you have the 2 years. You have the engineering program, 4 years. Why they are giving that 4 years? They can conclude within 2 months, right? The engineering. Or the PG, why they have the 2 years? They can conclude within that 1 year, 1 month, right? They can save this about our life, right? If you would like to know some subjects and content that is required some length, duration. Yeah, so category 1, that is a training program, DevOps and cloud. And here, before going to start this training program, do you want to just learn it? Or do you want to master it with about your flexibility time? Can you confirm? Do you want to just learn it? Sorry, something has happened. Do you want to just learn it? Option A or option B? Which one do you prefer that? Everyone is given that B, 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 B. No, you don't want to learn it. Don't just learn it. In this current market, it is not going to helping that only learning. You need to apply with the scenarios. You need to learn the detailed master to become that. Yeah, do you want to master it with about your flexibility time? Okay, so now we have the plan, some days, yes, 100 days program. But you have this very keen and you can spend that daily 10 hours. You can complete this 100 days program within 1.5 months. Okay, you can complete it. No issues. I'll come back that point. Shahmeet, whatever it was mentioning that point, to get the job after the learning. Yes, that is also point. But the first you need to have the subject, right? Don't look at that offer. First I have the subject. That's I'm talking that learning, training program I'm talking that. Okay, so we have this like the training program, which is 100 days. But you have the time, I can spend it every day, the 10 hours, and I can go ahead. Yes, you can complete within the 1.5 month, no issues. We have the flexible. That's why we mentioned that with about your flexible time. But I see that some people were 2 hours giving that. Okay, spend a day wise agenda. Maybe that is required to take that the additional time. Then you need to have it. That's the 100 days agenda program, day wise continuing that. But if you are able to spend that 6 hours or 7 hours, then that 100 days you can bring into that 50 days. That is in your hand. But we are here to help you. Whether you would like to complete it within the 2 months, yes, we are here. Or if you would like to complete on the basis of about your time, that is 100 days, yes, we are here. The flexibility on the basis of about your current working times or about your free time, how much time you can spend it with actively, dedicatedly. If you'd like to complete it 2 months, yes, you can complete it. We are ready to give the instructions how you can complete this course. But program is the same. Content is the same. 2 months, no, we are not reducing this 2 months people. Okay, this is the course content. Go ahead and complete it. No, same course content. If you have the time, the spending the time, you can complete it within 2 months. Okay, we are give that. How you can complete it within the 2 months. We have the suggestions. We have the guidance. We have the agenda for it. Everyday agenda. It is not just a 1 week, okay, we will give that agenda and complete it and come back. No, every day we are with you. Are you clear these points? That's why we mentioned that the flexibility time. Okay, you are busy with about your activity and yes, you are not able to spend that every day 2 hours or 3 hours. At least 2 or 3 hours if you are able to spend it, that is 100 days agenda. But you have the more time and about your goal is next getting the job or looking that or changing that about your position. That is a high priority. Then spend that the additional time, the 3 hours to that, 6 to 7 hours allocate it. Then on the basis of about your time, yes, you can go ahead and complete it. Yeah, that is about that's a training program. This one we say that 100 days, but on the basis of about your flexibility, it you can complete in 2 months or you can complete in 1 month. Or if you know already, you can directly jump into the next program, that is how to crack interview program. But first I'm talking that training program. This is applicable for Who doesn't know any idea on the DevOps and AWS? But what we are going to discuss that in this training program, DevOps and AWS demos, then the Linux, which we'll discuss that. That is a 15-day schedule we have. But if you'd like to complete, if you know already the Linux, you can close this one and you can move to the next agenda. That means 15 days agenda, it is closed. Or if you're good with that already some Linux, but you would like to review that, yes, you can spend that 6 or 7 days and you can close it. But concepts are the same, which are required for the DevOps engineer to sustain in the market. Whatever the concept that is required from the Linux, shell scripting, or each concept that is there, that is same content we give it. That is about your capability, about your time, about your dedication, about your allocating the yes time on this proactiveness. That is in your hand now. Yeah, first DevOps, the Linux, shell scripting, 9 days classes we have. Normally nobody will teach that's 9 days, but these are all important. First, whenever they start the interview, they ask on this. Do you know writing the shell scripting? But important one, you are given the least priority as to close it within the 2 months. But this is very important. Cloud is important. AWS, they ask you that almost 60% questions on the AWS. We have this almost 20, almost 27, 28 classes on the cloud, which are required. Without those concepts, you cannot go ahead to the, as a DevOps engineer, mentioning about the AWS in the resume. So all these pillars you are giving the less time and you are looking about it like the 2 months to close it. Then how do we make it the successful of this? Or how do you get it the master on this? Then definitely you are going to depending on others. Because you don't get the confidence to deliver about your concept. But here we have the flexibility. Yes, same content which is required to crack the interview, definitely you can easily crack it and you can become the master first, master it on the concept. So once all the concepts have been done, then DevOps will discuss. That is Git, Terraform, Maven, and Tomcat, Nexus. Then Ansible. Ansible 1 week program, but you will get it more playbooks, more exercises. That is about your capability to learn it. Then Docker and Kubernetes. This is almost 15 to 16 classes which will conduct it that. And we take this one entire project wise we'll apply that. Then Jenkins, then Python, then CloudFormation. They're all the things that we have. So if you know all these things, then you can say you are the master on this DevOps and cloud. Are you clear? Are you following the points? Just type the following in the chat window quickly. Following, FOLLOWING. Yeah, LLOWING. Yes. Good. Good to see this response. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, that is the learning point of view. So don't learn it, become the master. The only some tools we are given the priority, but yes, additional tools like Linux is also required. Shell is also important. Ansible should not complete within the 2 or 3 days. Yes, that is required some effort. And Terraform, The writing the code automation is very, very important. If you are going to become that automation engineer, what your career is sustain in the IT. You can sustain in the IT. Yeah, about our approaches, which we have the says. Yeah, 1 hour a daily session, which we'll take it with instructor. Yeah, with me. 8 to 9, that is the time also. Where we will discuss that agendas on it. What you need to do, how do you need to prepare it, what is the agenda for that day. And weekly evaluations we will be having. And learning with videos and the labs and exercises and with the projects. And DevOps community, which we will add it. And we have started adding about that AI tools also. But don't think that the only 1 or 2 tools. Yes, some in the real time to save the system some time and improve about your productivity. These tools are helping that. But these these AI tools are not helping completely to work it on DevOps. But DevOps engineers with about your concepts, if you know with these tools, then you can do the magics in the environment. DevOps and cloud is required. But if you depend only on the DevOps and the AWS in the current market, you cannot get much productivity. You cannot get much like the troubleshooting activities, implementation time. So you need to take the help of the AI tools. Then you can do the magics. But without knowing the DevOps and cloud, only knowing the AI tools, it is not going to help. Completely, if you have dependency on the AI tools, not helping. But both, if you know it, then you can do that easily sustain in the market. You don't have the dependency or you don't want to take the support from others. Frankly, to say that dependencies are gone, those days are gone. So if you know that how to crack interview, because I'm not talking that only getting offer. After getting that offer, you will be having the more challenges. Like once you join client interviews, you need to face it. Once you join, maybe manager, you need to discuss that. Daily with the teams, you need to discuss that. But someone has given that offer and you are going to join it, then how do you sustain it? Can you sustain 1 month, 2 months? You need to count about your days. But spend some time and become the master and apply the things, then go to that. Then nobody will stop you. Yeah, know about it, not only just DevOps. Yes, with the AI tips and the tricks, that is we are going to have it. And everyday agendas which will be discussed. And technology updates related to DevOps and cloud. Yeah, these are all that's about our approaches. And key benefits is hands-on experience with real-world projects. CI/CD pipelines and infrastructure as a code. Yes, completely we will demonstrate it. First manually, how do you do that? Then that manually, how do we convert into that as a code? Infrastructure as a code. Everyday agenda will be given and weekend evaluations and reviews on about your progress. Yeah, these are all some key benefits. And in the training program, why Rise and Shine? So we deal from the scratch to the master level. You don't need to have that any prior technical knowledge. We deal, yes, from the scratch to the master with real-time scenarios, projects and assignments, and automation program skills with the exercises. Yes, Terraform point of view, shell script point of view, Ansible point of view, Docker and Kubernetes. All these things you will be having that more exercises, practical oriented, real-time oriented. Number of real-time project will you take it? Yes, almost you will be, one main project which will be entire process point of view, one project definitely. But as the use cases point of view, almost 12 plus projects you are going to have it. Different use cases, different scenarios. Cloud point of view, yes, in the cloud you are going to have the 2 projects on the AWS itself. On the Docker and Kubernetes, you will be having the separate one project. And entire with the Ansible and with the from scratch onwards, how do you manage it with the complete CI/CD pipelines? There you will get it like a 3 or 4 projects with the different use cases. This is just I'm talking the training program. But if you join to that, both, that is how to crack interview, there you will be having some more projects. That is, I'll come back in the next category. This is category 1. I'm talking about the training program. Who doesn't have any idea on the DevOps and AWS? Yeah, so this is about the training program, the objectives. So day-wise agenda, every day 5 hours where you should able to spend the time. That is 100 days program actually, but you can complete on the basis of about your time and comfortable. And immediate access to the course and 1 year subscription which you'll be having. And daily 1 hour my session will be there. 40 plus labs and assignments you will be having that overall. 20 plus weekend online tests which you are going to have it. 12 plus live projects, resume assistance, and weekend evaluation programs. So this is the main agenda of this training program. About this training program, yes, master the art of DevOps in the AWS cloud environment. The price is 25K, duration 100 days. So instructor with 1 hour, agenda which will be discussed, then self-paced with exercises will be given that. Prerequisite, any degree. Course subscription which will give that once if you enroll it, that is 1 year is available. Are you clear about this price and everything on this training program? Price that is 9,999. Got the point? Yeah, so the everyday 1 hour sessions which we'll be having with agenda discussions, and the way you'll be having the 2 to 3 hours agenda setting that, and we will follow up that whether you are completing it or not. So this is the program approach. Flexibility we have given that. So if you would like to complete 2 days agenda in single day, yes, you can complete it. Next day, how do you go ahead? We will help you. And if you have any queries, questions, yes, on that day itself, we will clarify it. Yeah, that is a freshers also. Yes, you can join that. That's definitely, that will be helpful. And we have that's approach for the freshers also. Yes, that same thing. Okay, this is the first training program. Now let's talk it. Any queries, questions, and someone is asking that. Yes, I would like to discuss that. Yes, please go.
Yeah, sure. I have one doubt, sorry here.
Yeah, please
So,
go ahead.
yeah, currently I'm working on database administrator on SQL.
Yes.
So I want to know what are the things need to learn in the AWS.
See, for the database administrator, yes, that is a, whatever we are going to cover that almost 12 or 13 services, all the services that is required.
Okay.
So only for that database, if you'd like to talk it, I mean, once if you know the AWS, at least these basic services, then you need to opt for the special course, that is database separate modules, separate services.
Okay. So first I need to learn Linux platform.
Yeah, obviously from the Linux on, if you know Linux, you can skip it and you can directly start from the shell scripting.
But shell, as you are telling, shell script is related to only DevOps, right? But both are different, Linux and DevOps.
No. DevOps you are learning, these are all the things required.
Okay.
Even for AWS also, they are asking the DevOps. Suppose if you are the DB administrator and if you would like to go for that AWS, in the AWS also we have the DevOps process models. In that DevOps process model, shell script is required.
Okay. If I
Duration
want to
of the
go,
video hours, that is 1 to 1.5 hours you'll be having. Like regular class, how do we take it? The same. That is same like in the class, whatever I discuss, the class will be given to you.
okay. So finally, I need to learn 12 to 13 services in the AWS related to the SQL servers, right?
Yes. First AWS is required. AWS, and if you'd like to go for this, yes, once AWS after learning, then only you can go ahead to the databases.
Okay.
This is a generic course. AWS for is everyone. So who is looking? I mean, so the cloud you were looking, that is AWS is the basic thing that's required. Even if you are that like network administrator, if you are moving to the AWS, yes, AWS first you should know it, the basic things, essential things. Or even for the DevOps engineer, yes, you should know that AWS. Even for the DB administrator, yes, you should know AWS. And especially database administrator, you should know this more on the scripting, automation things. The additional scripting is required.
Okay. In the real time also, we will use shell scripting related to the SQL part.
Not exactly, but yes, shell scripting, if you know it, then if you like to take the backup of about your database, you need to connect to the database and you need to export all the databases. That's some kind of queries you need to run it in the shell scripting, which belong to about your database. But
Okay.
shell scripting you are learning is nothing but the generic thing. You can apply for the OS level, you can apply for about your database, you can apply for that middleware service, you can apply to the web server. That is on the base of the requirement.
Okay.
Are you clear about this one? The training program?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
in this training program, you will be covering all the interview questions as well, right?
No, in this training that is not covered. Now I am coming to this next program.
Okay.
It is first learning the concepts.
Okay. For
I'll
only
come
for
back. Let me complete
DevOps,
it. Yeah, please.
for the DevOps and the AWS, you will be charging 9,999.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. For that
Okay.
training program.
For the interview purpose, and that one will be the another course.
Yes, now the slide, if you see that, next I'm going to talk it, how to crack interview.
Okay. In this, we will be trained with the projects as well, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. You will be sharing the resumes as well, right, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
we'll help you
Each,
mock interview. Or let me conclude it. The category 2, I didn't discuss that. I just discussed about the training. It is not completed. Only training program I completed.
okay. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Let me go ahead, crack interview, and both if you are looking at what is the module we have, that's let me complete it, then you will get more idea. But I just discussed who doesn't know about that any DevOps and cloud, that is the program for them. Are you clear, everyone? Shall we go ahead to the next one?
How much of the duration of the course, sir?
So that is about, you can complete normally that is 3 months of the course, 3 to 3.5 months it takes. But on the basis of about your time and effort, you can complete that less than that also.
Okay.
It is flexibility now.
Okay, you are telling 2 months of course, right?
That is, I'm coming to this crack interview. You know already DevOps and database?
I don't know, sir. Exactly, I don't have any knowledge on both.
Okay. First, then you need to start about that DevOps and cloud. That is about 9,999. You need to learn it. That is required around 2 months to 3 months. That is on the basis of the time you are going to spend it. Once that is done, then crack interview. But
Okay.
without knowing that concept, you cannot come back to the crack interview.
Okay, sir.
Let me go ahead with the crack interview program, then we'll see that.